Greetings, I'm Professor K, and in this short video presentation we're going to see how we go about doing some basic website configuration up inside of IIS for Windows Server 2019. So since we don't have IIS currently installed, we will have to actually install that role and its features. So let's just go ahead and click on Add Roles and Features up inside of our Server Manager, and we're going to go ahead and click Next, and we'll go ahead and accept the default. Click Next. And now from here, we're going to scroll on down till we come to Web Server, IIS. Go ahead and click that box. Go ahead and add the features. And click Next. Click Next. And click Next. Click Next. And click Install. So for this video demonstration, we're just going to get into the installation and the management of IIS. So if you take my Server 2012, my Server 2016, and now my Server 2019 course, and you look at all the information I provide you on how to manage IIS, you should have all the information you would ever need to successfully manage IIS up on a Microsoft Windows Server. So IIS has successfully installed. We go ahead and close out that wizard. Now we can go up here to Tools, and we can scroll on down to where it says Internet Information Services, IIS Manager. Go ahead and open that up. Let's go ahead and make this full screen. Now over here on the left window pane, you go ahead and expand all of this. Starting with your DC1, go ahead and expand that. From here you're going to click on the Sites container. And now you'll see that you have a default website already built for you. And if you'll go ahead and click on your default website, you can go over here to the right, you can click on Bindings, and you can see that port 80 is using HTTP to service this particular website. That's how you're going to gain access to it over port 80 using just HTTP, unsecured. Go ahead and close that out. And then you can click on your basic settings, and you'll see that this is the default location where the files for this website are going to be located up inside of the www root folder. You can go ahead and close that out. Now over here in that default location, you also have what's called a default document. And this is the document that your website is going to present to whoever opens up that website using a browser. So you can go ahead and double click this, and you'll see that at the top of the list, you have a file called default.htm. That is the file that will be presented when the user opens up your website inside of a browser. We're now ready to go ahead and create a simple, very simple website. Now to do this, I'm going to go ahead and just get back to my default website here. I'm now going to go down here to my Start button, and from here I'm going to click on File Explorer. Let's go ahead and make this full screen. Now I'm going to click on where it says This PC. Now underneath here I'm going to click and I'm going to open up my local disk C drive. Now up here I'm going to go up inside of the iNet pub. And from here, I'm going to click on that www root folder, which was the default location for our default website. Now, currently up inside of our www root folder, we have a default document called IIS Start. We can go ahead and get rid of this, and we can get rid of that image as well. So let's just go ahead and highlight on each one of these, and we're going to go ahead and select Delete. Now, inside of this blank www root folder, we're going to create a new default document. We're going to do this by just right-clicking inside of the blank space, and we're going to select New, and from here we're going to select Text Document. Now we need to open up our new text document, so I'm going to go ahead and just double-click it. And inside here we're just going to type in the words, Welcome to my website, just like that. And we're going to go ahead and save that. So if we go over here to the right corner and we close this out, it's going to ask us, do we want to save our changes? We're going to go ahead and say Save. And now we're going to rename this document. We're just going to call it Default. So when you rename anything up inside of File Explorer and you don't see the extension, make sure that you go to View. And from here you're going to select the box for File Name Extensions. That way you make sure that you don't have more than one extension on the file, because that will stop it from working up inside of the website. And now that we can see the file extension because we changed the view, we can rename this extension to .htm. And ask us if we're sure if we want to make this change to the file extension. We'll say yes. Now you'll notice that it assumes the icon for a browser. Let's go ahead and minimize our File Explorer. Let's go on back on over to our IIS Management Console. Let's click on our default website and make sure that underneath our default documents that default.htm is present. So now if we open up our Internet Explorer, and we'll just tell it to ask us later if this is the first time we've opened it up. Also, I've disabled the enhanced security configuration up inside the Server Manager. To get to our web page, all we have to type in is HTTP, and now you can either use your IP address or you can just type in localhost. Either one will work, and if I hit enter, you'll notice that that default document that we created up inside of the www root folder is now available. So again, we didn't cover anything to do with HTML or using CSS. That is up to you if you decide that that's what you want to get into. This was just to show you how to do some basic management of IIS up inside of Windows Server 2019. And so that's going to conclude this short video presentation on how we go about creating a default website up inside of IIS. So if you have any questions or concerns about any of the information I was shown to you in this short video presentation, please do not hesitate to reach out and contact your instructor, and I'll see you in my next video.